guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with Kate, and we recently took a trip to Costa Rica, and we thought that it would be a really good idea to just sit down and talk to you guys about everything that we learned, like everything we experienced. So the way that this video is structured is that it's gonna be a bunch of subcategories. So we've broken it all down and I'll have them listed below with the times. But just before we start, we do want to tell you guys a little bit about ourselves and our individual like situations.
So obviously we're two ladies. Neither of us are Latina. Neither don't really speak Spanish at all.
Yeah, I don't speak very much Spanish at all. We're both in our early 20s.
North American.
We did not go backpacking. Kate and I brought suitcases and we stayed in Airbnbs the entire time. We're gonna talk about the locations that we went to. So San Jose was the first city.
Well, I was expecting like a big city.
Yeah.
There's gonna be people around.
Yeah, there weren't a whole ton of people like walking around. It's not a
It's kind of like how
city.
you feel on a Tuesday night.
Everywhere.
That amount of people on a Saturday. And then we went to Puerto Viejo. It was 10 times better than San Jose.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're from San Jose. But it was just like a sweet little beach town. There's a lot of restaurants. It's like kind of touristy, but not like in your face touristy.
So as far as neighborhoods, in San Jose, I would say Barrio Escalante is definitely what we'd recommend. There were a bunch of restaurants there, and which was kind of nice to walk around. A lot of like cool little coffee shops and stuff like that. Good for like breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That was pretty much the only neighborhood that we really liked, and I think like we like walking around a lot. We like cool little shops. And there wasn't a whole lot of that in San Jose. We also didn't experience as much as maybe somebody would if they stayed there for like a whole week.
Yeah, we were not in San Jose for that long. Basically,
I think
it was
until
kind of
like
just
3
sandwiching.
days. And then as far as Puerto Viejo, for her birthday, we rented bikes and we went to Punta Uva, which was
so beautiful.
Yeah, oh my god.
So good.
It was like kind of drizzling when we were there, but it was like so nice. The water was the perfect temperature.
Nice sand there.
Yeah.
It was just really calm.
I mean, there's so many beautiful beaches in Puerto Viejo, but I definitely would recommend renting a bike or like a scooter or something and just going up. Biking, it was like half an hour, I think. We definitely overshot it.
We overshot it. I think it was less than half an hour.
Yeah,
we got lost.
It was probably like 20 minutes, but it was really, really fun. I would definitely recommend
We
that.
saw a sloth
We saw a sloth on the way.
on a tree.
Yeah, we were gonna go to Sloth Sanctuary, but then we just saw one on a tree, so we're like, okay, cool.
Save
$30.
$30.
Yeah. The weather was really variable.
We looked on the weather app and it was like thunderstorms every day, never going to be sunny. It did rain a little bit in San Jose, but in Puerto Viejo
It rained once.
It rained once.
And it was really
and
light.
It was like at 6 or something.
Yeah, so I would definitely say do not trust the weather app. We definitely did, and I got really scared because I was like, it's gonna be raining 24/7.
We almost didn't go to the beach because we thought it was going to be raining the whole time.
It's also important to note that we did go in August.
And August is not like high tourist season.
So our next category is language. And as we stated, my proficiency is terrible. Kate was able to actually understand a lot of Spanish, which was really nice because I did find that, especially when we were in San Jose, people would talk really quickly and I couldn't follow at all.
Don't go there expecting everyone to speak English because that's...
No.
No.
No, you should definitely try and learn their language.
Learn some
I
basic
should have
phrases just to get yourself around, like where is this? Like, how much does this cost?
Left, right. When
Left
you're
and right,
directions.
that's so good. Sometimes people may say things to you that there's just, a language barrier there, and you just don't get freaked out.
Yeah,
someone...
We had somebody tell us that when we go back to the hostel, oh, I'm gonna molest you.
I'm gonna molest you,
but he meant I'm gonna tickle you. Still not less creepy, but like a lot less creepy than I'm gonna molest you. But he really didn't mean it like that. So there is a language barrier. Do be mindful of that.
Yeah, don't just think everyone's out there to molest you.
Yeah. Next up, we're gonna talk about money. We did do a little bit of research about this going into it, and
at the airport.
Yeah, at the airport, a little bit of research. But basically, they do take credit cards. They took our visas or MasterCards. Yeah, most places do. They do take US dollar and colones, which is the local currency.
Colones are definitely more useful. Like if you have US dollar, like sometimes people will be like, yeah, okay, but like conversion rate kind of gets messed up, and then
you end up losing
I don't know
money.
how much money I'm supposed to get back because sometimes they give you back colones. I don't think we really had anything that we needed US dollars for.
Yeah,
but like colones would be better.
Yeah.
People on the internet said that like if something is priced in US dollars and buy it like that.
But pretty much everything we did, like buying food and stuff, was colones. So yeah, a basic rule of thumb is if it's in colones, pay in colones. If it's in USD, pay in USD. And most places take card, but it is really nice to have cash. If you are backpacking or something like that, you might spend less money. They're definitely really cheap.
Could have had a cheaper trip, but we like to eat out.
Yeah, we ate out pretty much every
vacation.
single meal. We ate out every single meal, so we did spend a decent amount of money in that, but everything was relatively
It was cheaper
cheap.
than getting a meal here, for sure.
Yeah, I would say an average meal was like $6. Breakfast even cheaper, like $3.
So good.
Yeah, super good.
I don't think tipping's a thing.
Yeah, tipping is not a
tip
thing.
the whole time.
Yeah, I think that a lot of times it's included, but you don't tip over the amount. Like whatever is on your check, then that's what you pay, which is good to know because like I think going into a new setting or situation, then it's kind of like I don't want to not be super cheap.
I don't want to not tip.
Yeah, but like it's not a thing there. So now you know.
I mean, technically we stayed in Airbnbs the whole time. Half of it was like an Airbnb hostel. It was a hostel.
Yeah.
But we found it on Airbnb.
So we booked everything through there.
And if you're going with a friend, what we did was if you invite your friend, then you get like $50 off if you book like a certain amount of money.
So basically, I already had an Airbnb account. I invited Kate through like their invite your friends thing, and then she booked our next Airbnb for the next couple of days on her new account, and so she got a $50 credit because we used more than, I think our trip was more than $94, and so then they took $50 off, and so it ended up being $7 a night at this Airbnb hostel. So that was
awesome.
really nice. So definitely if you're going with a friend, do be smart about it. Do that if you can, like book separately. And then I actually have like I think $25 credit now because we completed our trip.
Perfect.
So yeah, so it's just like cycling money back and forth. But that was pretty sweet. And then another thing to note about addresses,
they don't make sense.
They do not make sense.
Still don't understand what's up with addresses.
Yeah, like when we booked our Airbnbs, they told us where you're staying in like kind of your itinerary, and it doesn't say a number. Like here, you know, like your address might be like 123 4th Avenue, but there it just was like 4th Avenue and 8th Street. And it's like, but where? Like what building?
Yeah, our Airbnb lady was like, it's a green and white house. But we got there at nighttime and it was like,
we couldn't find it. Yeah, there are no numbers. It was so weird. I don't know if that's super common. I don't know if maybe we just missed
We're just
all
really
the numbers.
Confused.
Yeah, but it was really confusing to get
I still
around.
don't understand addresses.
Yeah, it was really
anything.
confusing.
So we kind of just like looked at our map and was
and you
like,
just kind of find it, the intersection.
You just like you drop a pin on where you're going and then you just like hopefully you find it.
So getting around was really easy. Uber is actually not legal there, but it does work and people do it. The taxis like protested it and stuff, and so they were trying to make it illegal, but people still do it. So a lot of times,
and it's like not sketchy. Like it's not like it's illegal, don't do it.
Yeah, no, it's not sketchy at all. But sometimes they will ask you or ask one person to sit in the front seat, and that's not weird. It's just because it makes it seem like it's not an Uber. It is a lot cheaper
it's
because
like so much cheaper than taxi. Oh my god.
Yeah, taxi from the airport I think was like $26.
Like how we got to Puerto Viejo from San Jose was we took a bus for like 5 hours, but it also
like one of those big ones.
It also cost like $10 or something,
really
which was
cheap.
super awesome.
Yeah.
You know, if you go and you miss your bus to Puerto Viejo from San Jose, you can just hop on a bus to Limon and then get a bus from Limon to Puerto Viejo.
Yeah, there definitely are options, but it's really easy to get to Puerto Viejo. And of course, like Puerto Viejo is only one beach town, and I'm sure that there are buses going to other ones as well, but it was really easy. All you have to do is just do an internet search. Like you get to the bus station, buy a ticket, and you get on the bus. That's pretty much it.
Get there earlier, though, because we got there like 10 minutes early, and then the bus was full.
As far as other transportation stuff, we did not bus at all besides
like
that
public
one.
transportation,
Yeah, like no
we didn't do that.
We Ubered everywhere. And then we also did walk around a little bit in like some areas that had some stores, but it is pretty uncommon to see people walking around. Yeah. I did not have a phone that worked, really. I just had my phone as a Wi-Fi device, and Kate did have data, so that saved us big time.
Definitely. I think I have Verizon, and they have something. I mean, it's not like cheap. I mean, we really didn't need it when we were in Puerto Viejo. It was mostly in San Jose that we needed it. Like if we were Ubering,
most restaurants do have Wi-Fi. Like in Puerto Viejo, every place has Wi-Fi. You just have to ask them for their password. And in San Jose, some places do. But we did get caught a couple times where like Kate would have to turn on her data, or like with the bus situation, we were like, where do we go from here? Like, how do we find another bus? So it is really useful. if you can. If you're traveling alone, I would definitely recommend it. For me, I would have been screwed if I didn't have Kate. So it is really, really nice to have.
A lot of the time to contact people there, we would use WhatsApp. It's kind of like
a communication
It's
app.
kind of like
iMessage.
Yeah, it's like iMessage. I definitely was very confused with phone numbers in Costa Rica. I guess there's only one area code.
So country code, area code, phone number. There you go. That's how you contact someone. Also, what was really, really useful is somebody told me to download this app called maps.me, and it basically is way better than Google Maps. It'll show you all the businesses, and basically you can use it without Wi-Fi or data, and you can just like go in and zoom in and you'll see all of the restaurants. Like even like the tiny like hole in the walls, all of them are listed on there. So it was so convenient. It was really, really nice, especially for me since I didn't have any data. Then I still had a map that worked. So, and it also tells you what direction, like the arrow is accurate in pointing like where you're walking or where you're facing. It's super sweet. So as far as restaurants, these are the ones that we went to and would definitely recommend that you check out. We have Kalu, Beer Factory, El Mercado, and Taco Bar. Kalu we went to for brunch and it was so good.
It was so good.
So
it was
good.
Like, that one was like not cheap, but it was fancy and
But I mean not cheap. It was like $8 for like a really fancy brunch.
It was more than $8.
Was
I
it?
think it was like $12.
Okay, but still, like $12 here will get you an average brunch. But like it was super, super fancy and it was really nice.
Very Instagrammable.
Yeah, very Instagrammable, beautiful space. Beer Factory, we went there for beers and burgers. Their menu is so cool.
So pretty.
It's really pretty. It has like all these photos of all the food that they have, and I definitely would recommend it. Yeah, Mercado was really cool. It looks a little bit like a night market. And it has different stalls for like different kinds of liquor. So it's like beer, wine, whatever, spirits. And then there was like a little taco stand and there was a pizza stand. And then there's just like this really beautiful space with like a bunch of cool little tables.
And it's kind of like covered but outside and has lights and like...
Yeah, apparently that's where people go to like pre-drink before they go out to the club. And it was really nice. It was a really good atmosphere. A lot of people our age, which I think was really important for us to like find spots with people our age, because our first night we went to a bar with a lot of old people and it was just not it was not what we wanted. Taco Bar is actually a spot. It's like kind of further from the city. It was outside of San Jose and it was on our way to actually go to Dog Mountain, which we'll talk about later, but it was like kind of in this little plaza and it was so good. The tacos were super great and they had a free salad bar, so I just ate like so much pesto salad, pesto pasta. So those are the places that we'd recommend in San Jose. And then as far as Puerto Viejo,
Lydia's place, so good. Honestly, for most of the places we went to in Puerto Viejo, we just asked like the people who worked in the hostel,
we asked them like for their favorite spot.
And didn't fail us. Never failed us.
Ask locals, like talk to locals as much as you can.
So Lydia's place was good. That was like Caribbean food, and we also split a key lime pie.
Yeah, key lime pie was really good. And it was so nice, like Lydia came out, she asked us like how her food was and everything. It was very sweet. Like it had a very like everything about Puerto Viejo had a very like mom's kitchen kind of feel, which was really nice. We really liked that. So
Bio Mercado, they had some kombucha there, basil kombucha. It changed my life.
Yeah.
It changed my... It was so good.
Cool. Xylem has some great burgers.
Xylem has some great burgers.
I swear she like took a hammer to that meat and just went at it. It was so tender, man. Like
so
they're like little mini burgers. I think they're like $1. Like they're 1,000. Yeah, they're 1,000. So it's like
really?
Yeah.
How do you...
We didn't pay for it, but I saw the sign.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Kate made friends with the owner, and so we were actually gonna go somewhere else for hamburgers, but he was like, no, like come to our place. I'll like treat you.
He drove us there.
He drove us there, and then
like,
we're making it sound really sketchy. But I mean,
don't
use your best judgment.
Kidnapped.
Yeah, use your best judgment. But we did have some free hamburgers, so they were so good. So yeah, like most of the spots, like we said, like in Puerto Viejo, like a lot of the people that cooked it, I feel like were like grandmas or
that's what
like
it felt.
moms.
We went to one restaurant and she was like, "Can we get breakfast?" Or Nina tried that, and she was like, "Oh, it's too late for breakfast." She was like, "Oh, love, I'll do it for you." Like,
yeah, it was so sweet. Yeah, they're really, really nice. Like all the people there were so nice. The food was so good. We pretty much had like gallo pinto. Oh no, we'll get into this. So our next category, just segue. So we ate a lot.
We did eat a lot of the same thing, but just because it was so good, like,
we ate a lot of gallo pinto, so that's basically like rice and beans, and then if you get gallo pinto con coco,
coconut.
Yes, coconut.
Made with
Sorry.
coconut milk.
Yeah, it's made with coconut milk. It's made with coconut milk. So good.
So it's usually that with like a side of meat, and then you get some plantain stuff.
Oh yeah, the plantains are so good. Also, like, we should say that we are not very picky eaters at all. At one point, I did order something at a restaurant, and I thought it was soup, but it came out and it was like a tortilla thing. But like, but it was fine because like I'm not a really picky eater, so it's like kind of fun actually to just choose something. Most things do have descriptions, and it's really easy. Except I didn't know what sopes was apparently, so it was sopa. Ceviche was really good. Like, since it's by the water, it's like a bunch of seafood, so ceviche was awesome. Salchipapas. Let me tell you. I chose it because it said local favorite next to it, so I was like, it means I gotta get it. But it's basically just like a bed of fries, some cut up hot dogs, and then mayo and ketchup. That's all it is.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's fun to say too.
Yeah, salchipapas.
It's like an explanation now. She's like, salchipapas.
Salchipapas. There also are empanadas pretty much everywhere. I would say it's like probably one of like the most like accessible snack foods you could find.
On the go.
Yeah, so they have them in supermarkets and stuff, and they're really good.
That was good. We brought those on our bus ride. You know, that 5-hour bus ride. Just bring a couple empanadas with you. Pop, pop.
Yeah.
Done.
Beer. So the number one beer in Costa Rica is Imperial. So that's like also the cheapest one that you can find.
Definitely, yeah. You get those like huge ones. How many?
I don't know
milliliters
how
were
many.
it was like this big.
Huge.
Let me see.
Like a fatty.
Here's a regular size bottle. It was like
fatty.
that big. It was fatty, and it was like
$3?
$2 or $3. Some, I don't know.
We got it at the club, so it's like walking around with this like fat, like
huge beer.
Yeah,
It's like that is the circumference of it.
It's huge. Yeah, my hand was so tired by the end.
Nightlife was a struggle in the beginning. Definitely weird scenes.
Yeah.
If we looked, I don't know where we found that.
We just
like
went on Google. We went on Google, which was not the best move because we didn't know anyone our age. We didn't know anyone that was in Costa Rica. But we went to La Cali,
which we found when we were driving away from a place that we hated.
Yeah.
And we were just driving in a taxi and we saw a bunch of people outside
So
and we were
many
like, okay,
people.
screenshot our location. We're going to come here tomorrow.
Yeah, and it was like a bunch of people that are our age. It's so hot and sweaty in there. But they
very warm. Everyone was wearing like jeans and sweaters.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god, I'm wearing a dress. I'm dripping.
Yeah, so it was really, really hot, but they played really great music. We actually made some friends while we were in there.
It was very hard to get service there, though.
Yeah, really hard to get started. Kate, the only way that Kate was able to get us drinks after like half an hour of standing there was because you accidentally touched her arm.
The bartender came around and tried to get money from some other dude, so he like turned around, he like grabbed my hand accidentally. He was like,
He's like,
what
do you want a drink? Yeah. That's the only way we were able to get service. And then as far as nightlife in Puerto Viejo, ladies' night every single night at a different club. So if you just talk to the locals and they'll tell you like where the party's happening that night, everyone pretty much goes to the same spot. Like if you go to a spot that's not poppin', like not ladies' night, no one's gonna be there. So our next category is healthcare, and this was very dear to me because I did not have traveler's insurance. Kate did.
I would recommend getting traveler's insurance because it's like $30 or something, and in case something does happen, it's just like good to be safe like that.
Yeah. So she had it, but she didn't actually need it. I did not have it, and I did end up needing it by like the third day. I was in a lot of pain, and I bought traveler's insurance that day. And I mean, this is like, you're not supposed to do that because like you should have it before your symptoms or whatever, but I bought it, and then we ended up having to go to the hospital because I needed to go to like ER care.
But we probably could have just gone to a clinic. The only reason we went to the ER was because we were leaving for Puerto Viejo the next day, and we didn't really have time to go anywhere else.
Yeah. So like we went to the ER, and then Kate actually did a lot of the communicating for me, but there were people that spoke English. The doctors
there was one doctor that spoke English, which like saved our life. Dude who was trying to get her insurance information from me, I was like, no idea.
No. And he didn't speak like any English, so that was pretty difficult. So he called in the other guy to help talk for us. What ended up happening is like they treated me, they told me what I had, and then they gave me a prescription. When it came to billing me, I told him that I had traveler's insurance, it was just for Costa Rica, and he just kind of like did a bunch of stuff on the computer, and then he was like, okay, go to a pharmacy tomorrow and pick up your stuff. And so they didn't bill me, I don't know if they put me in the system, but I paid nothing. I paid nothing to visit the ER, which was so nice. It wasn't a super serious issue. It was something that could have just been solved with like antibiotics, so I think maybe that's why it worked out for me really well. Okay, next up is body care. Woo, do we got things to say? So I guess you can start with your body issues while we were there.
My main issue was that we didn't check any bags, so I couldn't bring sunscreen with me, which kind of sucked because I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just get the cheap one because I'm on vacation. I'm not going to be able to use it all and bring it back with me. And like, no. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, very fair skin. I like to get the nicer sunscreen because it's easier to apply.
Yeah.
And it works, I guess. So I think I bought one that was like the cheapest one you could get. It was like $12. It's not that cheap.
She made me do her back. And I was just like,
all the sunscreen was just like peeling off. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
And so I got really sunburned that day because it didn't really work.
It was like the first day.
It was the first day I got really bad sunburn. So I went and bought some other sunscreen that was like
the Hawaiian one.
The one
Tropics or something.
Something like that. The classic. The good one.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. But yeah, that was like over $20 for that.
Moral of the story, don't skimp. Just buy the good stuff.
Okay.
Just save yourself because it literally did nothing for her. It just made her greasy. It made my hands greasy and peely. So like our issues are actually the opposite. Her problems were during the day when the sun's at peak hours.
You can also be strategic. Strategic. You know, after that first day I got burnt, I would just like naturally just wake up at like 7 or something, go swim in the morning, and then like we'd go out to lunch around when like the sun was the highest.
But my issues were, I would say at night, but I got attacked all the time. Mosquitoes love me. I'm really allergic to them, so a lot of my bug bites got really big. So I would say in total, I think it was 20. I was covered in bug bites perpetually, and I was constantly sweaty. Like, I'm just a really sweaty person when it comes to heat. I was really, really uncomfortable, and it did teach me a lot about myself and how I deal with stress and discomfort and being around people all the time. Yeah, it was pretty awful. We did have a really, really good time. It was just my body was very uncomfortable the entire time.
Yeah.
Because I would take a shower but then just start sweating immediately like that after. So like also sleeping in your sweat. It was just, I was sweaty non-stop. Yeah.
Which is weird because like in Vancouver, I'm usually like, I'm a very sweaty person just generally. But once we got there, I was like, dry.
Yeah, I look at Kate, she's so dry. I'm just like, river.
Just like crying sweat.
Yeah, it's so bad. So Kate will talk about Dog Mountain because she coordinated a lot of that. But basically, we call it Dog Mountain. That's not actually what it's called. It is called
Territorio de Saguapes.
Yeah, it's basically a bunch of stray dogs. You can hike with them. Actually, if you do want to see it, then I did vlog everything. I vlogged our entire Costa Rica experience, so you can watch it. But there's a huge section on like the Dog Mountain, so check it out.
This is basically like a shelter, so you go there, and it's definitely not just a bunch of like healthy dogs for sure. A lot of them are like sick and skinny and have, you know, like their fur missing.
There were like 100+ dogs.
Almost 1,000 dogs.
Really?
Yeah, there's like 700, I think.
Whoa!
I guess you could drive there technically. We don't have a car, so we didn't do that. They have a shuttle that can pick you up.
So we Ubered there.
We Ubered to get to the shuttle. They said that you have to like RSVP kind of for that, but I texted them.
Did not reply.
No response, so we just showed up.
Yeah.
We were like,
just show up a little early, and then if they have space, you just pay like basically like $3.
I think it's $3 for a round trip.
Colones. Well, I say dollars, but it's like it was colones, but around $3.
You can go there and adopt a dog if you want.
And it's pretty easy to bring back. They're saying it's easy to bring back to US and Canada,
not to Europe.
And then what we did while we were in Puerto Viejo, we did say that we biked to Punta Uva. So we did do that. We rented some bikes. It was really cheap. It was like $5. But we also did some snorkeling. So snorkeling, let me tell you.
Okay, first of all, I don't really know how to swim very well.
We're both scared of depth. So
like open water?
Yeah, no, we're not about it. So basically, it was so funny because like the people at our hostel, like they're the one that hooked us up with like the snorkel gear. It was just like fins and like a mask. They were also telling us where to go, and basically you want to swim out, like it kind of drops a little bit. It looks like it drops, but that's where you want to go because then you can kind of see the coral. But we both are, it's so because we went out there, we didn't talk about it before that we're both scared of depth. We go out and both of us are kind of just like not going out to where we're supposed to be, and then we're kind of just like, you want to go back? Like I don't really like depth, and we're like, no, I don't either. So like we both suck. But we ended up actually going with some people from our hostel. We met up with them later.
Went to a different spot that was better.
Yeah, we went to a different spot. But so what happened to me, so basically if this is the shore, we went out into the water and then we wanted to turn. So we turned and I got really disoriented because you were just looking down. And I didn't realize that I was going straight back towards shore. And I was riding the waves because the waves are behind me, so it was really easy for me to get to shore. But then by the time I realized that the water is so shallow, and I'm like really like just right on top of the coral, then I had to like stand up, which was awful, because I got so messed up by fire coral and I like felt myself like crush some coral beneath my feet, and it was so painful. And I was like, I'm killing this habitat, I don't know what to do, and I was like stranded. I was freaking out. So I got a ton of coral burn, and I basically just had to like swim, and like whenever there's a big wave that came, I would just like swim as fast as possible. But it was really stressful. I did not enjoy it, and my whole body was burning. And it felt really painful that first day, and then it felt a lot better for the rest of the trip. And because my body is allergic to a lot of things, turns out, I am also allergic to coral. So when I got back home, it was a week after contact with coral, and I just developed these like majorly itchy bumps. All like every part of my body that touched it even a little bit got really itchy and red, so I had to go and get allergy pills for that, and also like a topical cream. It was not fun, but definitely do not touch coral at all. Stay a very safe distance from it. We did actually snorkel when there was a lot of waves, which was really hard, because water would kind of, I mean, you're constantly fighting it, and if you're not a super strong swimmer,
we suck at swimming.
Yeah. So other activities, I know the things that you can do that we didn't necessarily because we want to save money or we didn't have time. There is a sloth sanctuary at a lot of the beaches.
Sounded really cool, but kind of didn't want to pay for activities.
$30. Same with the chocolate tour. There's a lot of chocolate factories, and so again, it is expensive to do that. But if you want to go, I think like a lot of these are very like fun family things that you could do. There is zip lining, which Costa Rica is known for.
Yeah, we didn't really spend that much time in the jungle. We didn't really go on like hikes. Really, we went on that bike
no
ride.
National parks really. We did a lot of beach stuff. It was really cool. I didn't experience this ever, but Kate took a lot of night swims.
Yeah, there was bioluminescence. It was so beautiful. The first time I went out, the sky was really clear, so the stars were like so beautiful. And then you go in the water, and then there's like light up stuff in there. So lovely. There's
a lot of like entertainment. Like we did say there's ladies night every night, but at Hot Rocks, which is like a restaurant that we went to the first night, every single night there's some kind of show or karaoke or something like that. And there was a live show. Yeah, there was a live show the first night that we went.
So there's live music there, and there also
a fire show.
There's a fire show.
Shout out to Alex, our friend Alex, best fire dancer in all of Puerto Viejo.
So that was really cool because we just went and we were like, let's just go get dinner, and then there was live music there, and then there was some ladies dancing. Like we were like,
I guess we'll just get drinks. I guess we'll just stay here. Like, this is cool.
And then the fire show happened. It was like
it was
party.
Really cool.
First night in Puerto Viejo was pretty good.
As far as safety, as two girls walking around, I would say I definitely felt safer in Puerto Viejo than in San Jose. Our friend did tell us that there is like theft that happens, like people might try to steal your phone or something. They're not really like kidnapping or anything like that. That's not really the fear. It's more like don't have your phone out, don't be looking at your phone, especially if you're walking around at night, especially if you're by yourself.
No one recommended to walk alone by yourself anywhere. Every time, like if we went out and Nina wanted to go home early or something and she left, and then someone from our house was like, you don't let her walk home alone. So I was like, never mind, I'll come with you. Definitely
don't like try not to be alone. Just be really mindful, like practice the same kind of safety that you would practice at home while you're on vacation.
Oh yeah, like that taxi dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so we took the bus to Limon, which is maybe an hour away from Puerto Viejo. I'm not really sure, but we got off the bus, and right after, this guy was like, oh, like you guys need a taxi, I'll take you there, like $45.
We're like,
that's a lot of money. Like, we'll probably just take the bus, you know. And then he like kept bumping the price, and we're like 30 minutes, $20. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So we went with him, and it was not a taxi. It was just a regular car.
His personal car.
He's like, no, it's fine. I take these foreigners all the time. Like, it's chill. And we're like,
yeah. Like maybe he does. You know what? Maybe he does. Maybe it is common.
He seemed like nice. You know, I didn't. Yeah, but like no.
Yeah, but they are really pushy when you get off the bus, especially because they know that you're foreigners and they know that you have to go to a hostel or something. They are really pushy, and just stand your ground if you don't want that. If you want to figure out where you're going before you get a taxi, obviously like this should be common sense, but like don't feel like you have to like say yes just because someone's in your face being like, do you need a taxi? You know, like just take your time, do your thing. We didn't experience a lot of like harassment per se.
No one was like grabbing. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, Tokyo was like, don't touch me, please.
Yeah, there was a lot of touching that happened in Tokyo, but here it
was a
didn't
lot
happen.
of like yelling, catcalling, like,
you're beautiful.
what's up,
and, like,
pretty
stuff like
lady?
that, yeah. But basically, there wasn't a whole lot of that. And the last topic that we wanted to address was respect. I kind of noticed this as I was filming. You'll notice when you watch my vlog that I don't that I don't record a lot of people. I wouldn't want somebody to just film me without asking me for my permission, and just as a tourist. And I think a lot of people, like when they come from places like US or Canada, and when you're traveling, the mentality is that people's home are like your playground, and that's not the case. You should really have respect for these people, and like this is their home and this is their life,
you know?
Yeah, it's their life. And like I don't want to just have my camera in their face recording them. And so I really did try and be respectful and mindful of what I was recording and who I was recording.
In Puerto Viejo, it's a lot of hooking up there.
It's a big hookup culture.
Big hookup.
It's a beach town.
To like be like aware of that, but don't think that everyone is like all the dudes talking to you are trying to like
hook up with
have
you.
sex with you.
Yeah, because like
some people are just trying to make friends.
Yeah, and I think like we kind of went into it just like really wanting to make friends and really wanting to like talk to locals and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people did appreciate that because we were able to just relate as friends and as people and not just like
not
the
be
whole
like,
time
don't talk to me.
So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope that this was helpful. We kind of just thought about doing this at the end of our trip because we did learn a lot of things and a lot of things that we didn't expect, and so we just wanted to share with you guys. Of course, this is just our experience. I did mention my vlog earlier, but I vlogged our entire experience, so you can check that out as well. It will be linked in a bunch of different places. You can click on it. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye. Bro. True love. We got opposite issues, man. She can't be out in the hot sun. I can't be out at night.